the two things I never did is, Harley Race used to go out because Harley Race was tough enough to do this. Those plastic champions, those guys that call themselves the world champion, they're just plastic. I am the world champion. Of course, he was talking to Hulk, right? And then Dusty would go out and say something that alluded to New York. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Yeah, and it was always that at the end of the day, you know what he was saying. And was such a fabulous talker that he could put it together, and it was smooth, but you know what he was saying. I never did that. I never said a word. I refused to. Bischoff wanted me to crack on Vince on WWE. I said, absolutely will never do that. Ring of Honor, stand on bullshit with them. They wanted me to get in the goddamn ring and say that they were just big and could compete with the WWE. I said, I absolutely will not do that. And I walked out the door. I don't care what story you hear from anybody. That's what happened. That was unconditional. I will never crack on the WWE. Do I have issues with people that work there? Yes. But the WWE pulled me from my head being shamed beyond belief for who I was supposed to be in the business. Head shaved my son's head. Oh my God. Had to get us both, right? He thought it was the greatest thing in the world because he was 12 years old. But what a way to be left. And that's how they left me. That's history. And that's bullshit.
Your Harley Race imitation is fantastic. I wish Harley were still around so he could come on the show and you could duel it out with him.
Mark, I like the way you're running that podcast. The kid's a rookie, but with your guy, you probably can have a pretty show at the end of the day.
I'm hoping to fulfill Harley's fate in both of us, Nate.
Hey,
now,
hey, you know how I got the rattlesnake? No, Harley, how'd you get the rattlesnake? I baited her with the right and with the left. Here's the best one. Kurt Hennig. What do you... Hi, Mr. Race. What do you want to do for a finish? What's your finish, kid? Drop her off the top rope. I'll move. How good was that?
that's Harley, Mr.
Yeah.
Race. I always called him Mr. Race. Couldn't bring myself to.
Everybody should have.
Yeah, you're right. Now, you brought up.
Hey, another thing I'll tell you that was huge. Mark was at Harley's funeral, and that for me, that tells you a lot about who Mark Undertaker is, who Mark is. Mark, of all people, out of respect, was right there, front row at Taker's funeral, at Harley's funeral with me.
Well, I would say I'll be there for yours, Nate, but you'll probably be there for mine. And either way, I'll be honored.
Well, yeah, listen, either way. I just hope that I want Wendy to be there, but I don't want any of their ex-wives. They'll all have their hand out. How much do they?
They'll be taking the rings off your fingers, Nate, right out of the casket. Now, getting back to Cody, I agree with something you said a bit earlier in a big way. Vince will respect what Cody did after having left,
Yeah.
and use him properly because of it.